Hi there, I'm visiting a new Makerspace, or a reimagination of a Makerspace that got started last year in Parksville. And so here we are at, what's this building, Jim?
This is the Macmillan Art Center.
And this is Jim, the president of the society?
The president of the new society for Makerspace here in Parksville.
Perfect. So Jim, give us a little tour of what you've got so far. It's pretty amazing for a society that's only been going
I'm going
on a
to
year.
show you things that a number of your viewers are quite familiar with.
Yeah.
We have 3 3D printers here.
Excellent.
And are giving lessons on how to program this or to download something that's already on the internet to churn out beautiful little gizmos off the 3D printer, which again is not news to your viewers, but that's the fun and excitement of the new world of 3D printing.
Absolutely.
We have a mini library here, including a book for dummies on electronics projects.
Perfect.
And there's another one up there for Arduino. And, here's the Arduino for dummies, and we have a Raspberry Pi for dummies, and we have some of our members who have experience with Raspberry Pi and Arduino. I haven't persuaded them yet to want to give lessons.
Yeah.
But we're looking for someone who is capable of giving lessons, and then I think there's a whole, as you and Courtney would think, a whole program around micro computers.
And show us what these wonderful creations on this wall are.
These wonderful creations over here, there's 20 of them, put together by Norbert Erb, of one of our members here in Parksville. And so this is our microelectronics space, and what we have tried on a couple of evenings but are doing on Saturday mornings now, we want to offer the kit for $10 for parts and mini instruction, so a member or a participant can take this home. So we think we're going to try it out this Saturday morning. We think as a 7 or an 8-year-old can handle putting this together, because it's just a battery pack, a switch, and a purchasable circuit from BC Robotics.
I completely agree, and that could be a 7-year-old through to a 77-year-old. Anyone can do it.
So here's another little project that Norbert's put together. We want to encourage some folks to come in and learn how to do this for craft projects for Christmas this year. We have a woodworking shop in here. When I turn the light on, not a very bright light today, so I don't know if you'll get very much of this.
It's coming through just fine.
The woodworking shop was here when we took over this 2,000 square feet of space. We're in our 2nd year of operating, by the way, here in Parksville. And what we need is a couple of more learned carpenters to come in and make more organized use of this space. But it's certainly a huge asset for us.
Absolutely, and you've got the basic tools already in place, like a drill press, chop saw, band saw, table saw, shop vac, dust collection. You're ready to go.
Thank you for that breakdown.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll turn the light out as we go out the door. If you'll notice here on this workbench, we've got 6 or 7 mobile soldering stations. Yeah. So you can pick this up, take it anywhere in the Makerspace, and use it for a project you're working on. In a couple of minutes, we'll get to the train room, yes, and you'll see that we're a big user of that particular item.
If you think Jim is lit up now, wait till you see him show his trains.
Yeah. We have a classroom over here. So we've got an overhead projector and a screen, and so we have the capability of doing presentations using YouTube and other resources that are out there.
And Jim and I have been discussing, brainstorming some ideas about using Google Hangouts and the like to connect Courtney and Parkstall together for online code short sessions. Beautiful robots.
So if I come out here in the light a bit more, this little guy is programmable. I don't know who manufactured him or where one acquired him. That's not my part of Makerspace, but it is programmable. And so this is what Makerspace wants to really be known for, is to move more into the area of electronics and robotics.
Yeah.
And so we've got some of the product.
Yeah, absolutely.
All we need is more instructors. Well then, moving on, I think I'll take you in here into the train room.
Absolutely.
So this is our permanent train setup, and you say, well, what's a model train empire doing in the middle of a makerspace? And we say, well, today this particular layout we've got, which is meant to be a working layout more than a display, it's very high tech today. Model railroading, with this controller, you can control each individual locomotive in your layout because there's a computer chip in the locomotive.
And
so,
to be clear, that's multiple locomotives sharing the same railway track.
Yes, whereas opposed to the technology of the model railroad hobby in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you could really only run one train at one time in one direction. And so today, with the aid of the computer chip and the controller, you can run 6 or 7 on your layout at one time. Yeah. So the train guys have about 25% of our current membership at Makerspace. They come every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, and they work on this layout. And most of them have layouts at home, but they enjoy being here at Makerspace because you can, if they don't have enough room at home, we've got the Woodworking Shop, we've got the microelectronics guys who are dying to come in and show us how the Arduino can work on our layout. We've got the microelectronics guys building things that light up for us. So it's a good fit.
Absolutely it is.
And we just wish there was space in Courtney for this
we'll
as
talk.
well. Okay?
We'll definitely figure out something.
I'm just moving on.
Absolutely.
I'll pass another train layout. This is a module layout that we took to the recent Parksville Museum's Railway Days. 545 people attended. And this is older technology. The locomotive gets all of its power from the track, and it can only go in one direction at a time, and only the one locomotive. But when you start adding modern technology to model railroading, you can even take this old technology of the railroad, and if you'll come down this end, Julian, we have a computer circuit here. We have light sensors at either end of this track, and when the locomotive breaks the light beam, then it changes automatically through this circuit the polarity of the little engine inside the locomotive and reverses.
Perfect.
So now in here is a real mess, but let us come down to the end quickly. The mess on top of our pool table there is another train layout, but it's leaving this weekend. In here is the beginning of a new group of members who've come to our Makerspace in the last couple of weeks from the metal jewelry world. There's a course in lapidary, as I understand it, at North Island College at Campbell River. And but that's a long way from Parksville and Qualicum Beach. And so this group of metal jewelry folks, there are 14 of them, have just joined Makerspace, and are coming in to utilize this larger room for
Yeah, it's
for what
really
they're
exciting.
doing.
Super exciting.
So thank you very much for coming down.
You're welcome. Be my
Okay.
pleasure. So that was me and Jim of the Parksville Makerspace. Come on in anytime and come and see what they're doing. They're doing an amazing amount of work. Please support them. And if you're in Parksville, come by and visit and share your making creations.
That was a very